Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, I've been going through some of my old videos. I rarely watch them. Once I do them, I throw them up. But it's kind of unbelievable how right I've been about almost everything. I mean, not to pat myself on the shoulder, or whatever, but I called the election 2020 when everyone says, oh, even pre COVID stuff, right? I said, no, no, Joe Biden's going to win this election. Boom. I called the number of COVID deaths. I said it would be up to 1 million, and this was right 2020 where there were only a few thousand reported deaths, and obviously we know it went up to 1 million COVID-related deaths, and I called the midterms 2022. Everyone said big red wave, big red wave. Remember Joe Rogan and Fox, big red wave. No big red wave in 2022. I called that. And there's some other things. Thing is not that I'm Nostradamus or I'm got some special secret knowledge. It's just that, it's basically the programs that I listen to, the YouTube channels. Very, I am, and the fact that I have a degree in journalism. I've been studying this stuff for 4 decades. I have a very good bullshit detector, right? I understand, I know how to read the polls, what's polls make sense or not. Like the polls we see now, the 2024, basically bullshit. I don't put a whole lot of stock into this. I know it's kind of even, but I'll talk about that some more. So basically, my sourcing, primary sources, people I respect high level, and I don't listen to bullshit, man. I've made a list of all the channels that I listen to, the YouTube channels, and that's where I get my information. The fact, my background, my batting average is 1,000. So, okay. Now here's another thing that I predicted, or I'm going to believe I'm going to be right, is that Donald Trump is going to back out of the debates. He will not debate Joe Biden. I said that. Go back on the video. The day, what was that, a month ago? The day that Trump said, hey, I'll debate Joe Biden, even with these rules that there will be no audience and there will be no interrupting and all of that. And he agreed. And I said, day one, bullshit. And if you go back, I'll put the video in the comment section here. All the questions that would be asked of Trump. It's kind of a funny video. Mr. Trump, would you become dictator on day one? On and on and on. Now here's the thing. Trump is just, I've always said this over and over. He's a dumb guy. He's never read a book in his entire life. He has the vocabulary of a third grader. Listen to his vocabularies. You don't see no SATs. You don't see any SAT words in there. He's a dumb guy. Very dumb guy. Vocabulary, third grade. Behaves like an adolescent, a sixth grader or whatever. And some people say he's a good debater. In 2016, he was much better, a little quicker with the wise ass jokes. I give him some credit there. He's got some sort of street smarts, but just not a smart guy. His thing is just speaking loud. Anyone could raise their voice and interrupting. That's it. And then spew lies, lie. It's impossible to fact check. But dude, I could raise my voice too, bro. I could talk over you and I could spew lies just like you do. So and the fact that he's just out of it. He is definitely cognitively impaired. Sometimes he seems all right, but there are a lot, especially late in the evening. I've done videos on this. Is the fact that he's struggling cognitively, not confused about where he is, and all of this. Nikki Haley, and he's talking about Nancy Pelosi. The whole thing. He's just confusing. Always calling Obama the president. Obama. Not being able to say words, splurred. Yeah. I have a whole video on all his ridiculous bloopers. But anyway, I'm going to show you a clip. They're already laying the groundwork. He's going to back out. Sean Hannity, the right-wing propaganda right there. That's his number one boy, the Fox News, to spew the lies and propaganda. Watch this clip from David Pakman.
Right on schedule. People around failed former president and convicted felon Donald Trump are starting to float the idea that he shouldn't go to the debate with Joe Biden that is scheduled for just 2.5 weeks from now. We are 16 days away from the first presidential debate, June 27th, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And Sean Hannity is now floating the idea, you know, maybe Donald Trump shouldn't go. And I can assure you, Hannity wouldn't be doing this unless this is something someone floated to him, and probably someone close to Trump. So we'll read into it in a moment. Take a listen from last night.
Now, there are some even saying, Mark, that Donald Trump might be wise to just pass on the first debate, wait till he's nominated, then debate him. What would you say to that?
So do not be confused here. There are some people saying is code for this has been fed to me with Trump's approval.
Exactly.
Hannity wouldn't randomly start talking on Fox News, which is a agenda set for the right. Fox News is an agenda-setting network, and Hannity has an agenda-setting show. He would not be saying it unless this was the message they were starting to push. And by the way, in a way, it makes sense that maybe Trump doesn't want to show up and debate. Did you see his rant over the weekend about sharks and batteries and MIT? If you saw this and ask yourself, how is this guy going to hold it together for a debate with Joe Biden? I agree with why Sean Hannity is saying this. This clip I'm going to play for you here epitomizes why it makes sense for Trump to be rethinking this whole debating Biden.
Very short period of time. So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy. He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too. A lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards, or here. Do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Those 85 seconds of sheer confusion
It's just a snippet
and
too.
terror
It's just
are
garbage.
enough to make anybody think twice about sending that man to debate the president of the United States. So they are starting to lay the groundwork for Trump to back out if he decides that he has to, with just 16 days to go. Hannity's mentioning it because it is an approved message now. Will Trump back out or will he debate? I want to hear from you.
So there you go. Let's see what happens. I'm batting 1,000. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. So peace, love, and understanding. Who said that? Elvis Costello? And how about good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience? That's Mark Twain. Tabor Talk. Like and subscribe.